and welcome to Versus Live. I'm Ross Merriam.
And I'm Corey Baumeister.
We've got Justin in the booth. Say hi, Justin.
Hi, Justin.
Justin will be taking all your questions, comments, concerns, and burns in the chat. Make sure to tag at Star City Games if he can see them and send his favorites over to us. It is getting towards the end of 2020.
Yay!
Don't all celebrate at once. And we thought we would celebrate the end of a crummy year by highlighting some aspects of it that we actually enjoyed.
Yeah.
Because those happened, actually. It's hard to remember them in the morass of misery and general malaise that has been this year.
Nice use of malaise.
But there has been some high points for both Corey and myself. Yeah. And we are going to celebrate that by playing some of our favorite decks from this year across Standard and Historic.
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. You know, there were probably 4 decks that I looked back on in 2020 that I loved. You know, like they brought back either, tournaments I won, tournaments I just had a blast at that maybe cultivated in that weekend being fun when we, went to an SCG together or something like that, or just went to a place. Do you remember Places?
And Things?
Oh, Places and Things, man. They were my favorite in 2020.
Yeah, especially when you put them together.
Oh, yeah.
Places and Things.
And then you
really
added a third element where it was people. So then you had people, places, and things all in once.
Wow.
I know.
Wow, it's almost like they're nouns. I love nouns.
It's pretty cool. So
gotta love nouns.
So we decided that we just really wanted to showcase the really fun decks that made us happy through 2020. Now, the one thing you are going to notice is these are specific decks from specific times in Standard. So there's going to be banned cards that are banned in Standard now. There's going to be cards, that were not available. So it's not going to. So don't be like, why aren't you playing Aether Gust in your blue deck? Be like, well, it wasn't printed yet. So there's going to be a lot of that weirdness, but we tried to match up the matchups as well as we could to make them good games, and I just think it should be a nice stroll down memory lane, a good way to unwind before everybody celebrates whatever holiday you're celebrating here in a couple days even.
Yeah, so we'll see how it goes with how we got the matchups. This first one is probably the one that is the 2 decks that are furthest apart in terms of their timeline.
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing Rakdos Sacrifice as the exact list that I top 4'd an online SCG tour, online, open, online.
And then
can't
Arena.
remember the name of it. Yeah. Sorry, Cedric, I didn't get the branding right. But this was back in the summer, and I'd been struggling for a couple weeks trying to play different decks. Eventually, just tuned up this Rakdos list, and put up a pretty good result the previous weekend. I think it was X2 in the top 16, and then really liked my deck for the following weekend. Ended up making a nice run into the top 4 before being felled by one Arnold Lax.
Arnold Lax?
No, his middle name is Arnold.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect that because that's not a name. And I just made it up, but that's what it is.
Okay, I'll trust you on that. That makes sense. We had kind of 2 different things that we did during these. They were SCG Season 1, Season 2, I think that was the branding at the time.
Yeah, Season 2 Championship Qualifier. That's it.
There we go.
That was it.
Nailed it.
Got it.
I get the raise, Cedric. I get the raise.
Season 2 Championship Qualifier.
But you stuck with your one deck that you loved. You stuck with Rakdos even though it was heinous for a couple of weeks. You found that week at the end, it slowly kept getting better, right? Because it was just all Teamer Rek there for a little bit. I think Luca towards the end.
Yeah, the Rakdos deck really benefited from the Teamer Rek deck getting banned out of existence.
Yes.
Beating Sultai decks.
Yeah, and I just played all the really busted decks throughout those qualifiers or those season championships, and
I've played against a lot of Uros in the last year, and comparatively not cast many of them myself.
Yeah, well, that's where you were mistaken.
That could be a contributing factor to some of my losses over the year, but you know what? I feel like I'm fighting on the side of truth and justice and all that's good in this world, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah, you're the hero in this story for sure. From my side, I am playing a deck that was one of the most fun decks I played at a tournament. Not only did I get to win the tournament, which makes everything a lot better, but I got to win it with some good friends. It was the Azorius Control in Richmond. It had to have been before March. What was it, like February maybe?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think it was about February, so early at the beginning of the year, right when Theros Beyond Death just got printed. So it was like Dream Trawler, Elspeth Conquers Death, Bertha Melitis, and I just played Azorius Control, and Mono Red was really popular at the time. Wilderness Reclamation, Temur Reclamation was just on the rise.
Yeah,
that was right before the dominance of it. And then this was actually the weekend before DreamHack, where Temur Clover came out, which killed this whole deck. Done. Worst matchup. It made this deck unplayable. But before that, we didn't have it, and it was super, super fun. So I'm going to be starting with my SCG Richmond winning deck list.
And you're going to be on the play.
Yeah.
Over there.
Okay. Come on. Oh, I'm just excited. This is Christmas morning mixed with nostalgia,
Dude, playing this Rakdos deck in that tournament was so much fun. Especially, I always like to watch matches that I have on camera back over.
Yep.
And Patrick and Cedric were doing that event, and Patrick just laid into my deck over and over and over again.
That it was bad? Or?
Yes. And then I just kept winning matches.
Well, to be fair, that's most of the decks you play. So, all right, from my side, this hand is just a sneap right here. This is a snap keep and just everything I love about this archetype.
This is not a great hand, but it is certainly keepable.
Okay, I got a tempo. I'm going to be enlightened. Oh, yeah. We're going to put that right on top. Pass to you. Oh, yes.
I will play a Fable Passage and pass the turn.
Okay. I am going to go get a Plains with Bertha Melitis, and I'll pass to you.
Let's get a Swamp with my Fable Passage.
Man, I miss when Bertha Melitis was good. Now you just, it saw some play with like Esper Doom Foretold, but all the Gruul decks now don't care about the 0-4, and then this card is bad if the 0-4 is not relevant. But in this format, it was very relevant. There were a lot of mono red creatures attacking. You could even just chump Annex. They had Embercleave and stuff, but it still bought you a lot of time and protected your 3-mana Planeswalkers. So.
Sacrifice deck set things like Mayhem Devil and Ghost Rider. It's a lot of 3-power stuff. You're right. The Gruul deck is literally like Lovestruck Beast, Kazandu Mammoth, and the 2-drop
Brushfire Elemental. And Questing Beast. Just can't be blocked.
I'll go to 18 for a Blood Crypt.
Okay.
Play Priest of Forgotten Gods.
Okay.
Pass turn.
All right. I will draw. I will get a 0-4 wall. I will scratch my eye real quick. Okay, thank you.
I got you.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
It's the season for giving.
Okay, you're a gentleman. Now I have a choice here, but it seems pretty hard to not just go to Fairy Bounds. Remember this card? All right, pass to you. Oh, yes, I got to play with Teferi and Narset. Life was complete in this tournament.
Wanted another land, so that's good. I'll go to 16 for a Blood Crypt.
Okay.
And play Priest of Forgotten Gods and Serrated Scorpion.
Okay.
Pass turn.
All right. Untap, gain 2.
Brings you to 22.
Yep. Okay. Interesting draw there. For sure going to tick up. Now remember this static. We haven't had to deal with it in a long time, so I was telling myself mostly. All right. I'm going to play a land, and I think I'm just going to pass to you.
Okay, I will play a Kroxa.
Kroxa. Okay. So you get to do a cool little trick with Priest there with this Kroxa and hit me for a lot of damage. But overall, discarding the card isn't the biggest deal, so I don't know if I'm super supposed to care. But I also kind of want to care. All right, I care.
Wow.
Yeah, aggressive.
Really cares. Okay. So you gain 3, go to 25.
25, yep.
Why? Do you need the card in your graveyard?
I'll never tell.
Honestly, I was thinking Corey might have a Shatter the Sky there, and was thinking about maybe just not giving me the Priest activation. That was sort of my read on the situation, but now
now who knows? Could be anything.
Yeah. Could even be a boat.
It could be.
So now I think my plan is going to be to claim the Firstborn on your wall token.
Okay.
I could deal with the Teferi, or I could make the play for my hand. I think that's better. I'm just going to attack the Teferi for 1.
Okay.
I am then going to sack Scorpion and Wall to the Priest.
Okay.
Trigger Scorpion.
So I go to 21.
You were at 25 from...
Yeah, I take 4 total, right?
Yeah. And then, so you go to 21, 2 from Priest, 2 from Scorpion.
And I go to 18.
I go to 18. I have 2 black and pool.
Okay.
Draw. And then I will use that 2 black and play Liliana Standard Bearer.
Okay, I don't even remember what this card does.
I had 2 cards under my control, 2 creatures under my control die this turn, so I draw 2 cards.
Okay.
And it's a 3-1.
All right, that's a pretty good card.
So, pass a turn.
All right, nice solid turn.
5 cards in hand. What do you got over there? 6?
Yeah, I just drew a decent one.
But I've also got this Kroxa hanging over Corey's head, which is nice. So the Azorius control deck usually pretty good at answering Kroxa.
Not the worst. Okay, so you drew 2 random cards. Now it's the question of just what do I want to do? Sure, gonna play a land.
Still weirded out by that absorb play on my Kroxa.
Yeah, maybe it was kind of weird. I mostly just wanted to stop your Priest from going bananas, so I'm gonna ECD here.
It's gonna exile the Standard Bearer.
And pass to you.
And now I've got a nice little play.
Uh-oh.
Not the best of draws. So I have a Judith.
Okay.
Which is a card that I ended up playing. I ended up cutting Mayhem Devil from this list. It just was not particularly good after...
After you lost Cat Oven?
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense.
And I wanted to be a little more aggressive, so there's a couple Judiths here.
Okay.
Now the 2/2 Priest can take down the Teferi. Or actually, do I even want to do that with the ECD there? I'm certainly playing the Judith regardless.
Yeah.
But now it's like...
The always dilemma of to pressure something when ECD is on the battlefield.
Yeah, I kind of want to just ignore it. Yeah, let's attack you for 2.
Okay, I'll go to 19.
And I am going to play another Priest.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Okie dokie, I will tick this up. A draw. No. All right, let's start with a Nasset. Activate. Okay, some decent ones here. Let's go with a Absorb. And I will play a Temple.
Interesting. There's no Absorb mana out this turn.
Bottom. And tick this up and pass to you.
Ugh, not a good sequence of draws from my deck. I will play a Whisper Squad.
Okay.
Play this Blood Crypt tapped.
Okay.
Declare attacks?
Yep.
I'm going to send a Priest at Narset and the Judith at Teferi.
Okay, pretty smart play to just lower them, but not actually kill anything.
And in case Corey has some like seal away, I can't remember if that was legal around this time. I'd rather him seal away the Priest and the Judith. He wants to protect the Narset is my bet.
Okay, yep, that happens.
So, and then I will pass the turn.
All right, end step Omen.
Yep.
I'll keep this card, bottom this one. Draw. This goes away. I will tick this up. And play a land. And I will just pass to you.
On your end step, activate squad.
Yep.
Activate it again.
Yep.
And now I could activate Priest on the end step. And start triggering Judith, but I kind of want to get in a pretty big attack here. I don't think the Priest activation is worth that much. You have 4 in hand?
Yep.
One of which I know is Absorb.
True.
Looks like Corey has done a good job here of setting up for a Shadow of the Sky in my turn because of the Teferi with Absorb backup for the Kroxa, which would be pretty good.
Well, I hope I have that.
Okay. And we got 19 to 18 still. So life total still quite high. Oh, are we stopping me?
I don't think so. I'm going to stop you at your upkeep, though.
Yeah.
And shatter then.
Okay. So that's perfectly fine. So now I go sacrifice, or actually, let's search for the last squad because I definitely don't want to draw it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Never want to draw that last one.
Actually, hold on.
I need the mana.
Yeah, I'm going to have extra mana from the priest, so I think I can risk drawing it on the first one here.
Okay.
Now, I will activate a priest, sacrificing 2 squads, 2 Judith triggers. 1 will hit Narset, 1 to Teferi.
Okay. Smart to do that, so you can draw for your
draw. So you lose
step.
2 life, go to 17.
Yep.
That'll bring me to 2 black and pool. Then I'll activate the other squad.
Okay.
Find the last one. And where are you?
Only played 3 in this list?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Then I will activate the other priests, sacrificing the 2 remaining squads.
Okay.
That's 2 more Judith triggers, 1 at Teferi, 1 at you.
Okay.
That'll bring you to 16, and then 14 when the priest activation resolves.
Correct. Yeah, Judith has been awesome. Would have been kind of the same as Mayhem Devil, but
it also pumped my attackers.
That's true. That's true.
So you end up at 14. I draw another card.
Yep.
And I have 2 black and pool still.
Yep.
And with one of them, I will Village Rites a priest to deal you 1 with the Judith.
Okay.
So you go to 13. I have 1 black and pool. Draw 2.
Ross just comboing off here.
Oh, there's another Village Rites. Let's sacrifice the priest.
Okay.
Deal you 1 with Judith. You go to 12. Draw 2.
Okay.
No mana floating now. And then your shatter resolves. This dies, you take 1 from the trigger. So you end up at 11. I'm at 18.
All right, that was absurd.
And I'll draw for turn.
Okay, yeah.
I just have 7 cards in hand, you know.
No big deal. No big deal. Feel like you're playing Rakdos Arcanist over there.
This deck sometimes did some cool stuff.
Yeah, I like it.
Didn't want to underestimate it. So now I've got a bunch of cards in my graveyard too, which is the other benefit of all those Village Rites and Whisper Squads. So I can afford, I think, to just throw Kroxa into an Absorb.
Yeah.
So let's start with that. Exiling Claim, Fable Passage, 2 Village Rites, and a Whisper Squad.
Yeah, and I definitely got to do that. So I'll go to 14.
So unfortunately, I'm 1 short of recasting.
Yep.
I do have a land drop to make, but I can play a Swamp, and then I have Serrated Scorpion and another Priest.
Okay.
That'll protect me from Dream Trawler, which is their big finisher, if I remember correctly.
You are correct. All right. Draw, play another Omen. I think I'll keep both of these. And I will play a Narset again. Activate. 4. Now just a question of what to do. Yeah, I kind of think I need Absorb for Kroxa again. And then I'll pass to you.
Okay.
Not looking great.
Not a bad draw. So, yeah, I will once again bait the Absorb with this Kroxa. Let's exile these 5.
Yeah, and I'd either have to discard it or play it. Might as well play it and go to 17.
17 now. You've got 1 in hand?
1 in hand.
Yeah, so now I really just want to limit what Corey can do. So let's send in for 2 on the Narset.
Okay.
Make sure that can't activate again.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play a Mire Triton, gain 2, go to 20.
Okay.
Mill 2. Then I'll play a Temple of Malice and scry 1.
All right. Hopefully you're almost out of gas here.
That's actually an interesting one. I think this is good, even though it's another land.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
Nice castle.
Yeah.
Okay, that was an interesting draw. Now, just how do we want to play this?
And we're down 3 absorbs. You only got 1 left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely not in a good spot here.
2 in hand right now?
Yep. I am going to... All right, I'm going to time wipe.
So you're going to lose 2, I'll gain 2. 15 to 22?
Yep. 15, 22, and then I'll pass to you. Here comes Kroxa, here comes Kroxa.
Yeah, let's Kroxa.
Okay, this one is going to work.
And I get
Dream Trawler's been stuck for a while.
Yeah, definitely found a castle. And do I want to play another threat, or do I want to activate the castle this turn? I think I want to get another threat down. So let's play Woe Strider.
Okay.
Get a goat, and then pass the turn.
All right, end step. I'm going to sack and do some scrying. Scry, scry. Okay, 2 decent cards here. The real question is, do I have time to play these cards before I just die? And...
What's the answer? Is the answer, I don't know?
Yes, it sure is. All right, I'm going to hope it's enough. I got a Dream Trawler. Your go.
Okay.
The dry Dream Trawler here with no things to discard. Gonna take an absolute beating this turn.
Well, yeah, I will get in with the Kroxa. That's going to deal you 9 total.
Yep.
So you're going to end at 6.
6.
And notably, I cannot activate the castle now because of the Narset.
Oh, yep.
But I will sacrifice the goat to Woe Strider.
Okay.
Let's put the swamp on the bottom.
Okay.
Then I will pass the turn.
Okay,
Upkeep, I'm going to activate castle, lose 3.
Okay, I don't know what kind of stuff you have for instant speed Dream Trawler. Okay, man, draw.
You can keep going.
All right, draw, trigger, attack, trigger.
So this is going to be a 5. I'll go to 14, you go to 11.
Yep. All right. See what we can find here. I got a Narset. Going to activate. Well, I found an Absorb. And so I can't hold up Absorb because you can just kill me on board. So I have to play my other card, and I'll ECD Woe Strider. And pass to you, and hope that's enough. I lived through the Kroxa, but I don't live through much more.
So I know you have an Absorb in hand.
Yep.
Which means this is not lethal.
Hooray.
But I will play Gutter Bones.
Okay.
I will then claim the Firstborn on the Gutter Bones.
Okay.
And attack Kroxa, you Gutter Bones at the Narset to cut you off of that second activation.
Okay.
So you discard the Absorb, you go to 5, right?
No, I go to... Because I gained 5, right? I went from 6 to 11.
Yeah, and now you're taking 6.
Yeah. Plus... Oh, yeah, because I'm discarding. Yeah, 5. Okay, I was like, I believe you just missed lethal there, but
no.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It. Yeah, you had a spell in hand.
I always just think this late in the game, Kroxa's just attacking for 9. You know? Thank God I hit, huh?
Yeah, with Dream Trawler, it's a lot harder to attack. Now, I might actually just lose this game. Dream Trawler is really good.
Oh, yeah, Dream Trawler's always been pretty good against Rakdos.
I have Priest, but you have the second sweeper. I should have held one of the Priests back.
I mean, when you played it, I could have just jammed it, so it was definitely correct to play it. But
although I played 2 Priests into the second Shatter, I could have held a Priest back.
Oh, that's
that might end up costing me the game.
But you also dealt so much damage with it too. So
I will pass the turn.
All right, so I don't have to scry right away because I can scry before I attack. So we'll let this tick up. Whoop. If I brick.
And the ECD is actually really threatening. It at the very least just brings back either Narset to dig for more stuff or to ferry and bounce an attacker.
Or another Dream Trawler.
Oh yeah, you have a Dream Trawler in here too.
Yeah, okay. I didn't find anything good, so I'm going to sack to scry. Ooh. Bottom. Well, I mean, I think I just have to attack and hope to find something, but we've had quite the brick.
Yeah, of course, just got to land in hand.
I mean, technically, I could live by just blocking Kroxa, but that just feels so bad. 10. Yeah, we're going to go for the Gusto. Trigger?
I don't think attacking really gets you anywhere.
4 lands off the top. FT dubs.
Yeah, so I'm going to go to 9. Yeah. Corey's going to gain 5 to 10, but this is an 11-point attack.
Brutal. Wow, just 5 lands.
I was drawing a Rankle, which I think is going to be really good.
Well, that was a close game. I honestly, with my start, I was like, wow, I am going to destroy you. With Birth of Elidas into Teferi into Narset, I'm like, you are done. And then
instead it looked like I was destroying you.
Yeah.
And then Dream Trawler almost turned the entire thing around by itself.
Yeah, and then I think I really screwed up. I think I played the ECD a little too aggressively. If I played Narset that turn, then you're more incentivized to kill my stuff. And then Narset, I can discard Dream Trawler to bring back off ECD. So I think I jumped the gun on the ECD because the 3-1 was not that big of a deal too. So I think I screwed that one out.
Though playing the ECD when you did force me into a bunch of awkward attacks, right? So you got some value out of those attacks that you forced out of me, and kept your Teferi around for much longer.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of that was worth, getting a full extra card off the ECD.
Yeah.
Comparing them the two, and the ECD was also the more mana efficient play that turn.
Yeah,
definitely
was.
It's not obvious to me, but I see where you're coming from. You missed a full card and gained a bunch of small things along the margins, and it's not clear if those added up to a full card worth of value.
Because I remember, what I even beat, I played William Pulliam in the finals of this, and what I even beat him with is just I had to aggressively, because this was against a counterspell deck, I had to aggressively just jam everything, and eventually stuck a Teferi, and then Dream Trawlered, and then just discarded Narset to bring it back with ECD. I won so many games with that trick of Dream Trawler discarding something before ECD comes off, bringing it back, or another Dream Trawler and stuff. So not getting value from ECD is something that this deck struggles with. So
yeah.
All right, everyone, we are going to take a short break, and we're going to bring back some sideboarding here. I know Mono Red was prevalent, so I'm hoping I got some Devout Decrees. That was a card, so...
I've got some anti-control cards, don't worry.
Well, you bring it on. So we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with sideboarding here on Versus Live. All right, everybody, welcome back to sideboarding here on Versus Live between Azorius Control and Rakdos Sacrifice. Is it still Sacrifice? Yeah, I guess, right? Since you don't Cat Oven, that's still it.
Still a Village Rites Bowstrider.
Yeah, you got the goods.
Priest is like the sacrifice card.
That's true. So from my end, pretty easy stuff to bring in. Devout Decree is going to be excellent. Against the black-red deck, bringing in the anti-black-red cards seems like a no-brainer here. And then I'm kind of trimming on things. I don't want to draw a ton of absorbs, but I do want a key absorb for your Rankle. And then we're taking out our 1 expensive counter spells. Our shatters are all great against you. You're not drawing any cards. Your creatures aren't big enough. So I don't think we need the 5th one. Yeah, Kroxa is not bad.
If I have Judith and Bowstrider, or Judith and Standard Bearer.
That's true.
I
That's
can backdoor my way into it.
You can have your card then, buddy. How about that? And then taking out one ECD because you do, Crocs is a big deal. I got to make sure I'm prepared for that just as much as I'm prepared for Wolf Strider and stuff like that. So. What do you got for me?
On my side, the main thing is to get these claims out of my deck. They're not particularly good. And bring in Agonizing Remorse and Bolas's Citadel. Those are our best anti-control cards.
Yep.
The rest of this is pretty marginal and driven by the fact that Serrated Scorpion is very poor against control decks.
Yep.
Who's here just as additional 1-drops and to be good against aggro. It just kind of supercharges Priest.
Yep.
I'm choosing to bring in Bedevil and Soul Guide Lantern, but I'm kind of agonizing over it. I wonder if I actually want Bone Crusher.
Are you Agonizing Remorse over it?
Like the stomp on Bone Crusher can help just deal with the early 3-mana Planeswalkers.
Yeah.
When they might be difficult to deal with. As a 4/3, it lets me draw a card off of Shatter. It applies a lot of pressure. I'm actually going to try that.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
So just an upgrade here in terms of the threats in our deck, slowing down a little bit and, getting better disruption. So pretty standard way for an aggressive deck to sideboard against control.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, and with 4 Devout Decrees, I believe I have a ton of Glass Caskets as well. Basically, at the time, I was just like, Mono Red was becoming very popular. It was just tournament number 1 for Standard, where back in the day, before Uro, people gravitated to Mono Red as their first decks because it was really good for people that weren't prepared. I didn't want to be part of that statistic, and I wanted to be prepared. So I played against a lot of red, and I could lose on the draw, but when I was on the play, it felt really tough. I just had so many Devout Decrees, so many 2-mana Exiles, and then just 4 Dream Trawlers. So, I closed the game pretty easily with that.
And Birth of Melitus. Birth of Melitus, Dream Trawler is a really good sequence of, so for the really good sort of opening and closing notes on the curve.
Exactly. Yep. So that was my mentality for this, but it definitely has some crossover damage for these sacrifice decks. I knew I was planning way ahead.
Yeah,
planning way ahead.
I didn't really see these sacrifice decks at that point in Standard for whatever reason. They were pretty well intact. Like, is there an Ikoria card that's really important? I don't think so.
Maybe they just weren't really discovered yet, because Throne was before that, right? That's where Cauldron Familiar was. God, I forget that so immediately.
So the era that your deck is from is shortly after Theros Beyond Death, which is after Throne, because Throne was the fall, Theros Beyond Death was the winter,
that's right,
and Ikoria was the spring set. So we're between the Theros Beyond Death and Ikoria. I don't recall an Ikoria card being key in this deck. Like Serrated Scorpions from Ikoria, but that's not unbelievably important.
Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven were both from Throne, right?
Yeah, for whatever, like Heartless Axe, that's whatever.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, these...
That just probably wasn't discovered yet. That's the joy of Magic. You look back and be like, God, why weren't people playing this? And be like, well, they didn't know about it yet.
Figured it out.
Oh, we got a card?
They didn't have access to this one.
Oh, okay,
Too strong.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to keep.
Let us have it.
I got a nice one.
I will be keeping as well.
I got a Temple.
I'm only being a little sarcastic.
Okay. I think I could pick up on that, and then we'll pass to you.
Just a little. Let's play a Temple of Malice.
Okay.
Yes, I would like this card.
Okay.
Helps complete my curve.
All right. Then I will go with a Island and a Birth of Melitus. Pass to you. I'll get my planes. All right. That I scried to the bottom.
Got a swamp.
A swamp?
A swamp. And I will play a Kroxa.
Okay. Kroxa, and I got a lot of extra lands here, so I'm going to take the 3. I'm okay
17.
with that.
Pass the turn.
Okay.
Starting an island.
Now I got a wall. And one of my favorite plays, getting Narset when you can kind of protect it. I will activate. And not a bad hit there. It was pretty bad to this last card. I don't want another Birth, so we'll go with the ECD and pass to you. ECD.
And now we got our Ikoria heavy hitter. Oh, Whisper Spell.
Oh, of course. I should have known.
Pass the turn.
How foolish of me. How
Time
foolish
to squad
of me. All right, I'll gain 2 life.
You're at 19.
Okay. 19. Did I draw?
Yes.
I did, okay. All right.
I will say that adding Whisper Squad is one of the key innovations for this deck, and I believe it was Marcio Carvalho was the first person I saw Having
that
a
added
Rakdos deck, yeah.
Okay.
I remember seeing it on the weekend I top 16 and being like, that card seems awesome. I should be playing it. And I just immediately put it in my deck, and it was awesome.
And it was indeed awesome.
Yeah, it just supercharges all the deck synergies. And it's also one of the reasons that Judith became better than Mayhem Devil, in my opinion. It just plays really, really well.
You were a absolute Whisker Squad lover from the beginning. So I'm going to get another Narset here. Just to keep supercharging my hand. I could have gotten Absorb there, but I don't think it was worth it. I think it was more important to do this. No. Which one of these cards do we want? All pretty important. I am just going to get a Shatter the Sky here. Seems pretty relevant. Then we're going to play another Tempo. And I think we can probably keep that one too. And then I'll pass to you. So you know about these.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Not feeling great right now. Corey's had a pretty strong start on the play.
Yeah. I did that last game too, though, and you destroyed me. But this time you played 1 mana 1/1, so we're safe now.
I played Whisper Squad last game too. Guess I waited till turn 5.
There you go. There was your detriment.
It's a pretty good 5-drop.
Yeah, that is a good 5-drop. 5 mana, 3/3/3s. Back in my day, I used to have 2 colorless split hybrid white mana, and I was happy to pay for that card. Then I'd cast Overrun the next turn. Back in my day.
Yeah, well, like six over there.
6 cards.
6 in the grip.
I got the goods.
Do you now?
They're all good. And they're also all bad.
I'm going to be dealing with this in Narset, but in a sort of sad way.
In a ranky poo way?
So send the squads at you and the Rankle at Narset.
Okay. Yep, that's dead.
So blocking 1.
Yeah, I'll block 1. Go to 18.
Pass the turn.
Okay.
See if Corey wants to just deal with the Rankle here or wants to just shatter and clean everything up.
Yeah, I got the choices here, but I am just going to go with the ECD. You can't really get rid of enchantments, and then I have Narset on the horizon again, so pass to you. And a 6 loyalty Narset, which is even cooler.
I will play a Gutter Bones.
Okay.
Attack for 2.
I will block 1.
You get a 17.
Yep.
And pass the turn.
All right. Looks like you might be trying to squat up on me.
I'm always trying to squat up for you.
Okay. Now, what do we want to do? For sure, play this castle. It seems like just a decent shatter turn. You can just like Croxa me back, but that's not the biggest of deals. Yeah, I'll just shatter.
I will respond with a sad 3 mana Village Rites.
Okay.
ECD tax.
Yep.
We'll sack a squad. Draw 2.
Yep.
And these are down.
Pass to you.
I imagine that shatter more to just make sure the Narset lands cleanly than anything else.
I do like protecting Narset, Parter of Veils.
I do, and I have 5 cards in the graveyard I can use for Croxa, but I will have to get rid of the Gutter Bones to do so. A little unfortunate there.
Yeah. Gutter Bones unbeatable. I have
4 cards.
Yep. And I believe you don't know any of them now.
Yeah, I am going to go for the Croxa, though. Little disappointed that Corey's not worried about it at all. Probably has a Devout Decree.
I didn't sideboard many of those, so I'll go to 14.
Yep. And then I will play a Priest.
Priest? Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. I'm going to draw. Bring Narset back. I will choose Loyalty. This was like... the first time I did this in preparation for this event, I'll be like, I will be playing this. I will be playing this for sure.
Found my deck.
Yeah. I will activate. Okay. 2 great cards. Let's go with... we'll go with Glass Casket. And... just what do we want to do? I don't want Priest to get out of control, so I'm just debating if I want to try to kill that as well. I'll definitely be killing Kroxa because that card just kills me. Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to just deal with both. So I will Casket this and then Devout Decree that. Scry, don't really want to land, and I'll pass to you.
Yeah, now I'm in pretty big trouble here.
Hooray!
Yeah, especially with that draw. I will play a Castle Lochthwain.
Okay.
Can't activate it now because of the Narset.
Oh, you
pass
can.
the turn.
You can. It doesn't prevent you from activating. I will activate. All right, we'll get another Narset. And I have a land go.
Okay, on your end step, I will play Liliana's Standard Bearer.
Okay.
That's good.
Yep.
I will then activate the castle, lose 3.
Yep.
Brings me to 17.
Sure. 17, 14.
Draw. This is Corey's deck is pre-Shark Typhoon, notably, so no worries there. So let's
different world,
send into the Narset.
Narset's dead.
And I will play a Mire Triton.
Okay.
Brings me to 19.
Okay.
Mill 2 lands.
Yep.
Play a mountain. And play Gutterbones.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right, I will scry 2. Don't want 2 lands. We'll bottom those. Untap. Okay.
So now I've got something going. Corey's got a pretty big hand, though. But I feel a little bit better about this game than I did 2 turns ago.
I will...
Especially because I also now have a castle going. Get me some cards.
I will cast Teferi.
That results.
I'm gonna bounce Glass Casket.
That's not good.
A card, and then Shatter.
Yeah, that was...
Not too shabby. And I'll pass to you. Just getting an extra removal spell here.
Draw a card with the castle. I lose 2.
Okay.
Brings me to 17.
Sure. 14, 17. Yeah, Castle's one heck of a Magic card. I gotta find some way to start closing the door, and that just screams Dream Trawler to me, but no such luck yet. Otherwise, Castle will just start taking over.
Okay, let's play Rankle, attack the Teferi.
Okay.
And then play Judith.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right.
We have a third Shatter.
That'd be pretty cool. Let's see. How do we want to do this? I'll start with Shatter.
So, yeah, I'm going to deal you 2 and draw a card.
Yes.
Brings you to 12.
Yep. And second main, I'm going to Narset. Activate.
That I think I knew about.
Yeah, I think you did. And let's get a Devout Decree. And I don't think
you played a land.
I don't think I have either. I'm just debating if I want to with Kroxa and stuff. And I don't think I do, so I'll pass to you.
Discarding lands to Kroxa is the same as discarding nothing, right? Unless not like you're trying to protect a card.
I protect spells, right? Like, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'll just play land.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So a little short of doing everything I want to do here. I know you have a Glass Casket in hand and a Devout Decree.
Yes. Yep. I believe that's it. been a good match, though. These, you know, I mean, they weren't too far away, but they're pretty evenly matched, and it leads for some good games.
Okay, I am going to stomp the Narset and then play Bone Crusher.
Okay.
So, card doing what I wanted it to do.
Yeah, I like it.
And then play a Woe Strider to get a goat.
Sounds good.
Pass the turn.
Okay.
I've made one key mistake this game, and it has really cost me.
Yeah.
I'll explain when we're done.
Okay. Well, I found what I wanted to find here. So we're going to start with Glass Casket on Woe Strider.
And, yeah, that's going to probably... Yeah, let's scry with the goat.
Okay. Just want to make sure all your escape cards I exile. They are problem childs.
That one's not good enough.
Dreamy T, here we go.
Yep. Yeah, and now we're in pretty big trouble.
Hooray!
Whisper Squad.
Okay. Squad up.
Yeah. Activate.
Okay.
Pass a turn.
Okay. Activated then. All right. Draw, trigger. Now let's make sure you don't have any shenanigans. I have a Teferi.
Resolves.
Okay. Now we're not sure what we're going to do about that yet, but just making sure you don't have like a Noxious Grasp or something. So I guess we can activate it first to get that extra trigger. Could just tick up. Don't really care about drawing that extra card too much. Yeah, I'm just going to attack, trigger. So take 5.
I go to 12, you go to 17.
Yep. Trade life totals. And now let's go with another Narset. Activate.
Yep.
Got a Glass Casket.
I know you have Casket Decree in hand.
Yes. And I am going to tick up and pass to you.
Okay, well, I know what I need, so let's try to find it. I'm going to take 2 from this castle on your end step, go to 10.
Okay.
That is not it.
I don't know what you need. I guess Crocs is pretty good.
That is also not it.
Okay.
Fable Passage. 4 cards in hand. I know 2 of them.
Yep.
Little bit of an awkward situation where in order to deal with the Narset, I need to leave the Teferi on at least 3, but I would much rather deal with the Narset, I think. So I'm going to send a Bone Crusher at Narset and the squads at Teferi.
Okay. I'll Devout Decree. Take 2.
That's a thing. So that's going to put you to 15.
Yep. Scry. I'll keep that there, I think. And then Teferi goes to 3.
Then I will play a priest.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
All right. Untap, draw, trigger. Activate a Narset. And we'll get another Devout Decree. It's probably pretty good.
Yeah, that will end the game.
I will play land.
That's going to end it.
Yeah.
I needed to sneak in a Rankle.
Yeah.
But if you had to,
I had the Devout Decree for a Rankle there. Yep. Mm-hmm.
But the big issue was on the turn where your ECD went to 2.
Yeah.
I had 2 Village Rights in my hand, and your Narset was coming back.
Yeah.
I should have Village Rights once on your upkeep before the Narset came in for 1 mana.
Yep.
And then had 3 mana up and been able to. I guess no. That
I don't think you could have castled then, but you know.
So no, this is well before the castle. So you didn't have the Narset. You had the Narset coming back the following turn when the ECD went to 3.
Mm-hmm.
When it went to 2, I passed with 4 mana up in the squads.
Yeah.
I think I should have Village Rites one of the squads on my turn.
Okay.
For 1 mana, and then I had 3 mana up to Village Rites another one. And instead, this second Village Rites was literally just stuck in my hand the entire.
I did have Narset in play pretty much the entire time, so that kind of.
And I knew it was going to be, so I needed to get my value immediately.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, normally this is a matchup where I'd want to take some Narsets out on the draw, but I just think the card is just so good. But I am going to exchange some Absorbs for just more removal on the draw. I think that's a decent play. Absorb gets real bad on the draw, but pretty solid on the play. Not the worst, anyways.
And so I wasn't able to generate a lot of aggression there once you had a bunch of extra answers to the Kroxa.
Yeah.
I was able to grind a bit, but there's always that threat of Dream Trawler.
Yeah, Dream Trawler is just a card that you just have Priest, and that's it. You know, I mean, and
So sometimes you can tag it with a Rankle.
That's true. Yeah, Rankle is a thing too, because I do attack with it almost constantly. So you definitely have ways. It's not the catch-all be-all like it was to maybe just Rakdos Sacrifice of the Temur Reclamation days. You know, like that kind of popped up after Temur Reclamation got really big. They just folded to that card completely.
Yeah.
You know,
and
you just had
there weren't many Dream Trawlers around at that time.
Oh,
so
for sure. Yeah, because Dream Trawlers folded to Mystical Dispute Temur Reclamation deck. So this deck became unplayable very quickly after I won this tournament. And honestly, the only 2 tournaments I won that year, I guess this was technically at the end of 2019, but SCG Philadelphia, where Jund Dinos maybe was just never good, but it also was just unplayable after that, because that was the weekend Scape Shift took over. Yeah. LSV won that GP with it, and people just started playing that deck nonstop, and it was a bad matchup. And it was just an insane deck, you know, like just... There was really no decks better than that one.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
Vampires was like hung with it for a week or 2.
Yeah.
And as the Scape Shift decks got refined and adapted, it was just clear that they were doing something way more powerful than
For sure. All right, so on the draw, the first game you get to be on the play is the aggro deck. I'm not feeling great about this, but...
I've also played a tap lands on turn 1 of the first 2 games.
Yeah, Rakdos mana was always bad. And
I am playing 2 temples, you know.
Yeah.
Deck is not designed to have to come out super quickly.
Yeah.
It's always nice when you can.
Yeah, and then when it really wants to play against creature decks too, just Claim and Village Rites. I mean, we're going to see a little bit of that from my next deck as my second favorite deck. It definitely wants to be playing against aggro.
Once again, have some weird mana, but the sand is good enough. So
I got a spicy one, so I'm keeping.
I'll lead on Fable Passage.
All right. Hey, it's not a tap land. It enters untapped. There you go. Pass to you. And hallowed a fountain.
You want that one to be untapped?
You know what? No. I have no 1-drops. I
0/1 spells.
I think we're going to notice throughout the trend of my decks, for the most part, that we definitely both walk to the beat of our own drum. That's for sure.
Gutter Bones and another Fable Passage.
Okay. Yeah, I think I just want to maintain my life total, so I'm going to Devout Decree this. Now, do I want that? I don't think so. Birth of Malite is definitely good on turn 2, but I got enough land, so I'm going to bottom that.
I'm going to get another Swamp.
Okay.
Aggressively using the Devout Decree there makes me want to extend pretty well this turn, so...
Okay.
I will be playing 2 more Gutter Bones, but I have not found a 3rd land. So
okay. The bones are loose, huh? All right, well, I had a good play if you played 1 threat, but since you played 2, I think I have to go with my medium play. God, is that even that good? It's not the worst. So I'm debating between these 2, of course, if we're looking at my hand here. And I think both plays essentially hold a risk for certain things, but I think this one is best for now at just protecting my life total. I'm going to play Teferi and Tick Up. Pass to you. I wanted you to just play 1 creature so I could bounce it with Teferi. That's what I was setting up on turn 2, but...
Had to get risky here, yeah. Clear Quarry was setting that up, so I took a risk getting the second swamp when I didn't have red mana, but we have Rope to the Mountain, and I have the Judith, so I can attack down to Fairy.
Oh, yeah, that's not what I wanted to see. I just threw away to Fairy then, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, brutal.
So that's perfect.
Brutal. Well, I mean, too much pressure here. One play.
Yep, so I'm not going to draw a card, unfortunately.
But I will take 3. 17. And pass to you.
Has the Shatter, which was unfortunate.
I was trying to line up the Teferi uptick Shatter so I could stop some kind of Rankle shenanigans or something.
And now all I have to follow up is a Bone Crusher.
Okay.
I'll pass the turn.
Not bad, not bad. Yep, 17 to 20. All right, so now we're going to go with... I got a Narset. Activate. That was not a good turn 3 play either, thanks to what you did to me.
Yeah.
Now becomes pretty awkward what I want to do. I think it's just this. Yeah, we're gonna get an ECD. Then I got a Devout Decree for that, and I'll take 2.
2, go to 15. So fortunately, Corey has had the goods after the.
And then I'll pass to you. Yeah, I threw away Teferi, but Teferi in a graveyard isn't always gone forever. Everyone knows that with this deck.
And the missed land drop on my part is really biting me. Now I've got to sack this Fable Passage.
Okay.
It's got another mountain for Kroxa purposes. You're on 3 cards.
3 cards.
Now, all I can do is answer the Narset with this Rankle, but that's going to get ECD'd. So once again, the perfect follow-up.
Yep.
Really, like, after I dealt with the Teferi, what I didn't want to see was Shadow the Sky into 3 mana Planeswalker plus 2 mana removal spell.
Yep.
And you've had that, and now have the perfect follow-up to that.
Yeah, and I mean, the one thing about this deck is there's just 8 of each, 8 3 mana Planeswalkers and 8 2 mana removals.
Yeah.
So this deck was definitely passing the redundant test,
Yeah, most control decks, you see things like Opt and other like card selection to help them all. And you do have Omen, but the redundancy also helps.
ECD, pass to you.
And I need some good draws.
No good draws for you, please.
That one is pretty good.
Uh-oh.
Actually, that's probably the best one in my deck.
Oh, great.
I will play a Kroxa.
Okay.
I will have you discard
a land, go to 12.
Then Village Rights it.
Okay. Yeah, that was pretty good.
So you're at 12.
Yep.
And I drew a Swamp, and I will return Gutter Bones to my hand.
Okay.
Pass the turn.
All right. Tick up. That's a tilt. I'm going to start with an Omen. A Scry. Ooh, that was pretty nice. I'm gonna, top, bottom, and play Narset. Activate.
Yeah.
And get its Teferi and pass to you. Still a little afraid of old Kroxarino here, but at least I can bounce it and, delay the inevitable a little bit.
Okay, well, I will be doing something a little different. I've got a Rankle to deal with that Narset.
Okay.
And then I have a Gutter Bones.
Okay.
And then I'll pass the turn.
Okay.
What did you find off the second Narset?
Teferi.
So you have Teferi in hand.
So pretty likely I just want to get a Narset here. So let's draw. Narset on 6 loyalty. Let's start by activating, see what we got. Okay, we got another Teferi.
Teferi not particularly good here.
It's not amazing, that's for sure. Let's see. Let's go with Teferi, bounce Gutter Bones, and Devout Decree Rankle.
Third Devout Decree, eh?
Yeah, baby. And I'll keep that card on top. Pass to you. God, I love this deck.
So I know you have a Teferi in hand, right?
Yes. No, I have a Teferi, and that's it.
Okay, squad Gutter Bones.
And you haven't taken any squads yet?
We have yet to squad up. Pass a turn.
Okay, I will untap, a draw, a take up, a take down. Only card.
Not the best one here.
No. Yeah, and I don't really have a great play right now.
Just very much hoping for not Dream Trawler.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll pass to you.
Okay, well, we're gonna run headfirst into another Shatter, so activate Squad twice.
Squad
up. Not even like it. That's the nice thing about Squad. It's not even really running headfirst. I'm just making my draws better.
Yeah, I'm just activating my card.
You know what card I would like to draw? Agonizing Remorse. Haven't seen one yet.
Yeah.
It would be a nice precursor to the Kroxa in my graveyard.
Yeah, you do have your mana pretty well suited for that, I must say. I would like you to not do that. Believe it or not.
I would like to go to my turn.
Go ahead.
And see what I can do here.
Okay.
So, cards I am worried about are Shatter and the fourth Devout Decree. There's just got to be the second Shatter, or I guess the one-time wipe. I'm going to send 2 squads at Narset, Gutterbones at Teferi, and
I will time wipe. I'll save you the time.
And that's going to leave you on 4 cards.
Yep.
And
5 cards.
5 cards. Do I know any of them?
I believe you know ECD.
Yes.
Yep. That's it. Oh, and second Teferi. You know these 2.
Yeah, I thought I knew about another Teferi, which is the really good one. Just thinking about whether or not I would like to activate the squad and thin my deck, but I don't think I want to do that.
Makes sense.
If I had, nothing else to do, I would, just because you certainly don't want to draw a 1-mana 1/1.
Yep.
But now I at least have the ability to Kroxa multiple times. So let's cast a Kroxa, exiling 3 Fable Passages and 2 squads.
Okay, resolves. I'll discard Birth.
And then play a Mire Triton. I'll go to 22.
Okay.
Oh, we milled the squad. That's perfect.
There we go. Perfect. You're at 22 to 12, right?
It was the top card of my deck. And then I'll pass the turn.
All right. I will untap. I will draw. Tick up. Think I don't want to lose Narset. So yeah, I don't want to, it's going to get attacked down, so I just want to use it. I got an Omen. I have hit with every Narset though, that's been pretty cool. Okay, so I think we play that to start, see what else our turn can be. I'll play an Omen. Bottom 2 lands, draw. Okay, then I got a Glass Casket for Kroxa. And a land Glass Casket for Mire Triton. Pass to you.
That's really good.
Not bad.
Okay, Castle Locthwain, not bad. Let's
draw
activate
some
that
cards.
one. Go to 21.
Okay. Or 20, right? You're at 20.
Oh yeah, 20. Sorry, I take 2.
Cheater.
And that's not a bad one. I will play a Kroxa.
Okay.
Probably discard the ECD at this point.
Oh, I think I'll discard Teferi.
guess worst case scenario, you can ferry the casket after plussing it this turn, but that's all I got.
Okay.
This is going to be the Dream Trawler turn. Corey's been stuck on 5 lands the entire game.
Yeah, I will tick up and play Dreamy Tea. Pass to you. I discarded this land and then immediately drew Dream Trawler. And that was a lot of turns ago, so you're right. I have been stuck for a while.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's been a great game.
Yeah, just like been barely short of really turning it around.
Yeah, I've definitely been in control the whole time, but it's been, you've been not with the lack of trying, you've been throwing everything at me every turn. I've just hit on every Narset, stopped at 7 lands, like I've just drawn pure gasoline. And I drew my best card and I drew 3 of them.
Yeah.
But I don't have anything that would go really nice with this turn. A certain bird serpent that wasn't yet born.
So, what happens when I just Kroxa this turn? Doesn't really even matter what you discard. I just have to go for that. At this point, I've got to find answers to the Dream Trawler.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think I've got to play this kind of awkwardly. Let's play the Kroxa, leaving the 2 Gutter Bones.
Okay. Yeah, and it's ECD or the other card in my hand. ECD, of course, not very good right now, but it has the power of like bringing back Dream Trawler. Overall, just a pretty strong card. Even bringing back Teferi is pretty strong. The other card is just could be strong. So, yeah, I'm going to discard an Omen.
Okay. Now, because I know... I think I've just got to find better cards in this Kroxa, so I'm going to Village Rites it.
Okay.
Draw 2.
Yep. Makes sense.
And then I will play a Priest of Forgotten Gods.
Okay.
And then pass the turn.
I will draw, trigger this. Can't let Priest get activated, so this seems like a pretty simple Teferi down tick. Draw. Oh, yeah. I'm drawing well. And then, I guess, let's see. I guess if I draw another Dream Trawler, I would play it. So let's do this. Draw is going to be 6.
So I go to 14, you go to 18?
Yep. And second main, I got a Narset. I will activate. Let's see if we can continue the no-miss streak. We're running hot. And, so this does open the door for like a Rankle to kill Dream Trawler, which, pretty good. But I don't think I have too much to do about that. So I will pass to you.
So now you have ECD, Shatter, 2 others.
Mm-hmm.
I can go for the Gusto here.
I don't have Gust. I didn't bring it in.
2 others. You don't have Absorb Mana up, which is nice to know. I have an awkward tech.
Just kidding. I sided them all up.
Sided them all out. Okay, I thought you only said that too. So you don't have many answers left to this Priest, which is interesting. But you are digging,
Got one right there.
Yeah, like worst case scenario, you really could just attack, gain a bunch of life, shatter.
Try to find it back eventually.
Yeah, you have the ECD in hand. I would have no board. You're still up a bunch of cards. You have a million life. that's not that bad of a scenario for you.
Yep.
So I think I will just go for it and play Bolus of Citadel.
Okay.
And probably look at a land.
Okay.
That's not a land. I'll go to 11.
Okay.
I'll go to 8.
Okay.
Get a goat. That's a land.
And you already played a land?
Oh no, I haven't played a land.
Yeah.
So I get that one. Perfect.
Okay.
I'll go to 6 and back up to 8.
Okay.
Mill 2. So I'm at 8.
Yep.
You're at 18.
Mm-hmm.
Do I play the priest? Do you think I have to sort of force a shatter out of you? Yeah, let's play the priest.
Okay.
And do I sacrifice? God, I have to sacrifice Mire Triton Judith to the Woe Strider to stop you from drawing off of Narset, which is kind of awkward, but it does, stop a card. But with your shatter, like, it also denies me a card potentially.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bolus of Citadel is scary.
Yeah, it's a good magic card. And that's an interesting decision, because if you just find a way to deal with the priest, I think you can safely just go to race, right?
Yeah.
That's the issue here. I would have to then find a Rankle, which would be pretty tough. I wouldn't really have the life to do it with the Citadel at all.
All right, what are you thinking?
I guess I could potentially get up to 10 permanents. Like, if just this gets removed, I'm at 5 permanents there. It's still gonna be that's gonna be tough. You're at 18. Let's say you gain 5 next turn, you go to 23. This is 5, 8, 10. That puts you to 13. Does not seem like quite enough. Yeah, I think I do need to just stop you from finding another Casket, Teferi, or Devout Decree, because Teferi can bounce Casket in play. Just give me like a worthless Mire Triton.
Mm-hmm.
You do only have 1 Teferi left, 1 Devout Decree, 2 Caskets, so I guess that's only 4 cards. It's tough. It's definitely tough. It's sacrificing quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. All right, make a play.
I'm gonna pass.
All right, end step, I'm gonna sack Scry 2.
Yep.
That's pretty good. I think I want both of these. Just hoping I don't die on the crackback. I don't think I will. So we'll top.
It's going to be another Dream Trawler. With a top on the Scry, I definitely don't want to deal with the Narset.
Yeah, makes sense.
You know you're drawing goods.
So I'll tick up here right away, and I will attack, draw.
So I'm going to go to 3. You go to 23?
Yep.
Land.
I got a land. Now, do I really have to activate Narset? I can stop you from doing some things. That seems reasonable. So my initial inclination is I just play these 2 cards to deal with your very scary permanents here. That should be good, but not 100%.
Yeah, well, screw this game up. Much like I did the last one.
Oh,
forgot how. Obviously just throw this away to Scry and see if I keep going at 8 life. If I hit like a Rankle, I'm good.
Yeah, that could be.
Or Agonizing Remorse. Take something at least.
Yeah. Oh boy, yeah, this has
been quite the match.
This has been quite the match. Sorry we're going over, everyone, but this is just intense.
Yeah. This was not an aggro deck that was running people over all the time. I won a lot of long games playing this deck against Sultai Nonsense, yeah.
Yeah, I believe it.
So in this game, the lack of early pressure, it's not that I needed to end the game quickly, but it let Corey just keep Planeswalkers on the battlefield all the time. And then, like, that second Village Ride sat in my hand forever. And the same thing was in game 2. In game 2, it was a small mistake of mine.
Yeah.
In this game, there was just not much I could do because I missed my third land drop and my first 2 lands enter tapped.
Yeah.
If I had curved out more efficiently.
All right, so I'm going to start with Casket on Priest.
So, obviously, like the normal play is to just sacrifice Priest to Woe Strider, and that way, get my scry, get a damage. But Corey could have the last Teferi in hand and then be able to bounce the free Casket. That's still not gonna keep. I'm still definitely not going to ever have a Priest in play because you can just bounce one of these Caskets. It would give me an extra creature, but I don't think that's relevant because I'm going to need to find a Rankle anyway because that's my only way of dealing with the Dream Trawler. So yeah, so I will sacrifice, and the damage will go to Narset.
Okay.
And I will scry to the bottom.
And now I'm wondering if I just say go here and just see what you can do, because I agree with you that Rankle is the big problem. Bolas's Citadel, I mean, you're at 3, so you're not going to have too much wiggle room with this card. It's not really going to do anything anymore. So yeah, I think I just say go. Not positive on this, but...
Yeah, okay, I can't do that. You have Teferi. I guess I could... So you have 5 in hand? 4?
Yeah.
No, 4, and I know ECD and Shatter.
Yeah.
So you can Shatter at instant speed.
Yeah.
I'd have to throw both of these away, which just isn't worth it. So I'm going to, still on your end step, sack Bradley and scry to the bottom.
Okay.
Check this one out.
Judith is non-token, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so no Judith trigger off
Gotcha.
that. Let's pretend I did all this during my upkeep.
Okay, sure.
So that let's say that's during my upkeep. So that died.
Okay.
I am also going to sacrifice Myra Triton to Woe Strider, deal 1 to Narset.
Okay.
Scry to the bottom.
Okay.
Got another land. Sacrifice Judith, deal 1 to the Narset.
Narset down.
Now I'll draw this for turn.
Okay.
Look at the top. Interesting.
It's been a wild game.
I will go to 2, cast a Village Rite, sacrificing Woe Strider.
Okay.
1, 2.
Okay. Wild game.
It is quite the game. So I have had 4 creatures die this turn.
Yep.
I think I have 1 Rankle left in my deck. Play Liliana's Standard Bearer.
Okay.
Draw 4 cards.
Okay.
Play a land.
Okay.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's going to be it.
Hooray!
I can draw another 4 cards.
Won't be enough because you don't have the life. Yeah, and I mean, I had ECD and the Shatters and the Teferi, so I had the world, and I was just thinking to protect with Shatter, but it might have just been wrong. Maybe I should have just ECD'd, but anyways, we got a full show ahead of us, and that one went quite long, so I'm going to just wrap us up here. We're going to be coming back with round 2 with some of our current favorites. Yeah. You know, we're doing a little bit of something old, something new, and then, I don't know, I got something blue, I guess, but so next up is going to be what our favorite decks are right now within Standard and Historic. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Versus Live action.